Unusual.
No, she's very unusual.
I am a woman. Most cooks at this time are men. Ladies, what are men notorious for not asking for?
Directions.
Exactly. They're not very good at giving them either. Thus,
You see, miladies, what she is saying is men will not ask for directions, therefore they will not write receipts down as well. But she, being a lady, will write down the recipes so you are very clear.
thank you for master-splaining. So I do give you the receipts, and I do put them in less vague terms. For example, one of my favorite receipts that I made for King Henry is for peacock with ginger sauce. The receipt in the cookbook went like this. Roast a peacock on a spit. The sauce is ginger. I turn the page. New recipe. So what I do is I do crazy things, like give you ingredients.
The amount of ingredients,
The temperature at which to cook the ingredients.
how to cook the ingredients,
And for how long to cook them! I know, crazy talk, right? You're welcome. So, this week's food, which you can pick up the receipt for at the end, I did make a lamb stew. Now, it says to make a stew after a guise of Beyond the Sea. That was the title. I'm not even really sure what that meant. But it was a lamb stew. But what I did instead was I put it with some sauce. So you take the lamb, you braise it in some oil at the bottom of a pot after you chop it into small pieces. Then you do pour in red wine and some broth. I use beef broth. And you do let it cook. And you put in some onions, and you let it cook some more. And you put in spices, cinnamon, cloves, and ginger.
and let it cook some
And you
more.
let it cook some more, and then you throw in a bit of orange juice and some black pepper, and you let it cook some more. And then you do take it and you serve it with a goodly piece of bread.
That would be the sauce.
This is called sauce, which is used to sop up the juices. I didn't put too many juices on here because he tends to dribble. Now, for a side dish, I made what is known as a torte of rice. You take rice and you cook it, shockingly enough, with wine. I cook a lot with wine. Sometimes I even put it in the food, like this. So you cook the rice with wine, and then once it's nice and cooked and soft, you add some egg yolks. And then you do turn it up, and you add your spices, which included brown sugar, ginger, cinnamon, and the juice of 2 oranges. Then you pour it into a pie crust, and you bake it. Now, man cannot live by food alone. One must have something to wash this down with. And so we do drink pairings from goodly places that are within at least a 3 to 4 hour carriage ride of Rebel Grove. This here is from our good friends at the Port of Leonardtown Winery. And this is their 2020 Chamboisen. Chamboisen grape is very versatile. It is very sweet, but it can also be very dry, which is what makes it a perfect pairing for the lemon. Get back here! I'm not done with that.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you want some?
Moving on. So that is the pairing that goes with the lamb and the rice. And it's strong enough to stand up to the lamb, but it's gentle enough to pair beautifully with the rice and complement it. Now, for dessert, we have milk fritters. You're like, how do you make fritters out of milk? Well, you actually use a curded cheese. I did mix some cottage cheese and some mascarpone, and then you mix in some egg whites, and then you fry it, and then you roll it in brown sugar. Now, with this, I did pair with a mead from Orchid Cellars. this is their Cooper mead, which is really honey forward. And because the dessert itself is not that sweet, you can have a sweet drink to go with it, like the mead. Oh, how thoughtful. So these recipes are available for you to take with you and try at home, because you have ingredients, amounts of ingredients, times, temperatures, and the method with which to cook the ingredients. Indeed. And what we do is we ask you, if you try it, please feel free to go on the Great Book of Faces and let us know how it went. Give us a portrait. And remember always, I am not the menu Melissa. So let us say you do not like cinnamon. Put in nutmeg. You want to get something and it calls for lamb, but you cannot find lamb. Use beef. I am not going to come and be like, you didn't put the thing in there that I said in there. Right? We have to adjust and adapt. We do that with the seasons. That's why often our recipes will not be the same from season to season, because we have to use what we have, right? So I'm not going to show up at your house and be like, no, but I want to know what you tried, because then I know that I should try it. Excellent, well. So, Master Connor and I will be just thither after the show if you'd like to come and pick up some receipts. If you would like to take a few more receipts home with you, I do have 2 cookbooks, one of which is 24 receipts from the great masters of the period that I have redacted, and another one of which is 24 receipts of my own creation done in the style of the masters of the period. Once again, giving you all the things you need in order to create these dishes. So good, my lords and ladies, we thank you very much for joining us here today. I am Mistress Cecily Black.
I am Master Arnold Connor.
Together we are a class act, and this has been Cakes and Ale.